Good evening, YouTube, and welcome back to another edition of Paisano's Music and Vinyl Talk. I am your host, as always, Paisano. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and I hope you enjoy our little stroll down rock and roll's past. And if you have been watching my channel for a while and you haven't subscribed, please do so. It would make me very, very happy if you did. Thank you. Tonight, we're going to talk about a Beatle. Beatles' name is Paul McCartney, and his post-Beatles band Wings, and their live album, triple album, mind you, Wings Over America, chronicling their 1976 tour. I believe all the songs on this album were recorded on the North American leg of their tour. This album didn't come out till 1980, I believe. Oh, it says it was released in 1976. Oh, the movie. There was a movie that went with this. That wasn't released until 1980. This was the soundtrack to that, more or less. This was released on December 10th, 1976. See, I learned something new every day. This album kind of solidified McCartney's, I don't know what you would want to call it, but he was recognized as the Beatles, being the strongest member of the Beatles to retain some of that Beatle mystique, that Beatleness, if you will. John Lennon had fallen a little out of favor. George Harrison, I guess his 1974 tour didn't do so well. And Ringo was never really a factor in that kind of discussion. But McCartney was going strong with Wings. He had some real good musicians with him. And they made some good songs. A lot of times, if you really think about it, you forget over time just how many great songs this group had. And the live album mixed in some Beatle stuff, some mainly acoustic Beatle stuff, or with piano in the case of The Long and Winding Road. McCartney was a very good piano player, good guitar player. But he had a lead guitarist on this tour by the name of Jimmy McCulloch. And Jimmy died at the age of 26, I believe, from a heroin overdose. And what goes to show you the power of that horrible drug heroin, and how many great musicians it has claimed, the power that it had on this album. And I'm not sure which studio album it was off of. It's a song called Medicine Jar, and it's about drug addiction, and Jimmy sang it. Jimmy sang the lead in it, and just goes to show you, well aware of the dangers, but couldn't fight it, couldn't do anything about it. Opioids are no good, people. Alright, that's the end of my public service announcement. Like I said, this was a triple album. This was supposed to be a double album, but there was a bootleg that hit the streets. What was it called? Wings Over Wings or something like that? Wings from the Wings was released as a triple album, a bootleg. And so they scrapped the double, Paul McCartney scrapped the double album and said, we're going to make a triple album. So, that's what we got. I bought this at Cheap Thrills Records in Dedham, Massachusetts. I went to see Rob there on a rainy Saturday afternoon, and I picked this album out. I was only somewhat familiar with it. There were a couple songs. I think Maybe I'm Amazed is the live track they play on the radio all the time. But other than that, I don't think there's any other live tracks that made it to FM radio on here. But he saw I wanted to buy it. And he said, "What kind of time do you have?" I said, "I got time." And he went around the shop and he picked out about 10 copies of this. And he laid out all of record 1 and picked out the best one for me. He laid out all of record 2 from all 11 copies. Gave me the best one. He did the same with record number 3. And that was quite a gesture by Rob. Very kind. Very good guy. Always enjoyed going in there. And it played very nicely. He did a good job. Just by sight, he looked at each record and was happy with what he was giving me. Let's take a look at the track listing before we do anything. Starts off with Venus and Mars and Rock Show, which is a pretty good way to start a show. Good rock number right there, Rock Show. Followed by Jet, another bomb, another good Mcartney and Wings song. Let Me Roll It. They get 3 biggies right out of the way, right there. Side 1 continues with Spirits of Ancient Egypt and ends with Medicine Jar. Side 2 of the first record starts off with Maybe I'm Amazed, and like I said, I believe that's the live clip that you hear on the radio. Call Me Back Again, Beatles song, Lady Madonna. Another Beatles song, The Long and Winding Road. And back to another Wings classic, Live and Let Die, from a James Bond movie of the same title. The second record starts with Picasso's Last Words, Richard Corey, and then Bluebird, and then we start a little Beatle fest. I've Just Seen a Face, Blackbird, and Yesterday. Second record, the flip side is You Gave Me the Answer, Magneto and Titanium Man, Go Now, which is sung by Denny Lane from the Moody Blues. That was a big hit for the Moody Blues in the mid-60s, and McCartney surprisingly let him do it live. McCartney wasn't known for sharing the microphone. And it sounded pretty good. It was a big hit for the early version of the Moody Blues back in the mid-60s. Another Wings song, My Love. Listen to What the Man Said, another Wings classic. The last record starts with Let 'Em In, Time to Hide, Silly Love Songs, and Beware My Love. Finishes up record 3 with Letting Go, Band on the Run, Hi Hi Hi, and Soily. Very enjoyable listen, no doubt. Let's take a look at the inside of the... It's not a triple gatefold. They got 2 records stuffed into the side. The side over here, and 1 record stuffed into the side. There's the band as they appeared in 1976. Jimmy McCullough, Denny Lane, Joe English, the drummer, Paul McCartney, and his wife, Linda McCartney. Together, they were Wings. This album also came with a poster, too. Poster is a big gatefold here. The band. Some nice shots in concert. Wings Over America, big Wings Over America on the other side. It's pretty good. Capitol put this out. Capitol had a hand in some of the Beatles releases, their American releases. the vinyl. This is the this is side 5. Wings Over America. Got to number 1 in the United States. Number 10 in England, I believe. On the album charts, this was a number 1 record in the United States. Yep, Paul McCartney still had it. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. What will Paisano dig up next week? Tune in. Find out. Thank you, and good night, YouTube.